We've had a remarkably good start to our Premier League season so far this year. We find ourselves lofty in fourth in the Premier League after 2 wins and a draw in our opening 3 games. We actually can start today's episode by improving our guy. We haven't had a massive amount of positive match ratings in the past few games. Our Premier League form has been all right, personally, despite the results as a team. But for the previous month, from Getafe down, we can get the average. Obviously, it's going to be boosted significantly by that 9.9 that we got against Queen's Park Rangers. Certainly, we're too good for championship sides, that's for sure. An average of 7.8 allows me 2 attribute points to be added on. Adds to that my 2 assists and my goal, so I can make 5 additions to my character. We have 14 skill points available. So the question is, where do I spend those 5 points? What is lacking at the moment? My heading accuracy certainly is lacking significantly, only 46. And being as tall as I am, I'd be tempted to put all 5 in there. I'm gonna throw all 5 into my heading, because at 6'4", I should be having more of an impact aerially. I've scored a couple of headed goals this year, or this career, but not as many perhaps as I should do. So we'll start away from home against Tottenham here. I will actually train now, because my manager favour has dropped significantly there with a 12-day break. We've gone up a level, so that will add another 3 points to the bank balance. The bank balance we are currently, of course, not utilising. The higher levels we go, the more difficult it will be to earn more points, and the slower we will grow as our career progresses, which is the aim. We want to have a full career, not just like a quick 3-season blast. But we've Spurs, Chelsea and West Ham today. Chelsea are second in the table. Spurs are 5th. And West Ham are 3rd in the table, although that game is a cup game, but evidently they're in good form. So 3 particularly difficult games for us on this particular occasion. Say thank you to Adstar, to Dunder and to Leone on the board behind me for your continued support on stream and in the comment section of YouTube. Do keep those comments coming, of course. We'll try and keep the points coming and the goals coming here now as we go and play Tottenham Hotspur away. My objectives for this one are 2 shots on target and 5 complete passes on top of the 7.5 match rating expected. Doable, very much so. Our first game in this giant Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. One of the best grounds in world football. Probably second only behind the new upgraded Santiago Bernabeu, one would argue. Benson going to try and break for us here as Spurs lose possession early doors. It's going to be a slower game for us, this one, I imagine, than some of the fast-paced Premier League fixtures we've had so far in our career since the promotion. But hopefully we can get as positive a result as we have done in the other Premier League games we've played. Surprised that Huntonji keeps getting the nod up top for us, considering he's lower rated than Eddie Nketiah by quite some margin. But he's got goals in the Prem so far this season, and Eddie Nketiah doesn't. And at the end of the day, I suppose that's the defining factor, isn't it? Gutierrez. Oh, lovely dummy. And Khabib Diarra is in the box here for Spurs. And he's come close, but he hasn't been able to find the back of the net. Lovely run, great footwork, but not able to find the target. Tottenham's first shot goes wide, but there is evidently going to be danger every time Spurs come forward. Tresor to me. Hopefully there'll be danger every time we go forward too. Tresor has got the option out wide, but Archie Gray has put a firm stop to that with a wonderful challenge. Manor Solomon. Excellent footwork into the path of Heung-min Son. That's what Heung-min Son does. Stunning goal, Tottenham leads, and a picture-perfect start for the South Korean. Could come back to me here and has that. I'll quickly look for the ball through to Huntonji, who's onside here. We could maybe have an equaliser. No, we can't. Keeper makes a good save. Vicario does very well indeed. Huntonji kicked it straight at him, really. All right, Spurs, chill. Chill. Oh, my God, Brennan Johnson. The best team move of the season. Arguably, potentially the best team move of the save by any opposition side that's played against us so far this year. Son with a goal and an assist. Brennan Johnson can't stop scoring for Spurs in real life. And now he's done it in virtual life too. The Premier League just got more difficult. Solomon with the back heel. Son with options. He's gone for goal. Greedy boy. Oh, why would you give that back to me there? It's an absolutely awful pass to play to a teammate. I had no chance of keeping hold of possession there. And Spurs are 3 goals to the good. Masengo has given me the ball there in a position where I was never going to be able to keep hold of it. Inexplicable from him. We're making a change already, and Huntonji's coming off for Eddie Nketiah. I don't know whether that's through an injury that we didn't see, or the manager has just not seen anything from Huntonji so far that gives him any confidence that we can find any sort of goals whatsoever in the remainder of this fixture. It's now the former Arsenal man Eddie Nketiah up top for Burnley to try and hopefully, somehow, get something from this game against his former major rivals. And I'll be honest, I think the only thing that's going to happen is Spurs extending their lead at this rate. Diarra tackled. Tackled again. Work it out wide to Benson. Bit of space. Nice turn. And ball to me. I'll look for him again. You can play me in again. You can play me in again. Thank you. Eddie! Eddie! Goal! I don't get the assist because it hit the defender first, but Eddie Nketiah has finally scored his first goal for Burnley. We pull one back. If they can score 3.5, can we score 3.5 too? Probably not, but yeah, defender took a touch, which knocked it up to Nketiah's chest, but he's buried it brilliantly, and we are, maybe, back in the game. Brennan Johnson. Back to Miguel Gutierrez. Antoine Griezmann's off the bench here, and his first touch gets himself an assist. And Spurs lead by 4 goals to 1. They just had that exact scoreline against Aston Villa in real life this weekend. And Heung-min Son has a hat-trick. He is monstrous on FC 25. Then go intercepts, Tracer to me, Eddie Nketiah. I think just got himself back on side. He did. He's, well, I hesitate to say in, although he's done brilliantly. Dreyer nods that back to a teammate, and we might be in, you know. I'll look for Eddie Nketiah again and make a run of my own, and he's played me in, and I don't know what happened. I think the defender played it back to Vicario, who very nearly just bowled it straight to my feet there. Oh, Eddie Nketiah nearly gave me a goal. As it happens, Spurs might score going the other way. We've conceded 4 already, which I think to this point is probably the biggest defeat we've faced in this save. I have given myself, on the spreadsheet at least, the assist for Eddie Nketiah's goal. As per the fantasy football rulings, unless it's a deliberate act by the defender and not a deflection, which it was in this case, I am able to get the... Oh, they are going to score a 5th. They're not. Good save. I am able to get the assist. It was only a deflection, not a deliberate playing of the ball by the defender to deflect it to Eddie Nketiah, so I do get the assist. I would get it IRL, it's just that the game doesn't register it because someone else touched the ball before Nketiah buried. But according to real life rules, I have it, and that's why the spreadsheet exists, so that we can accurately track all of the things that we want to track in this game. Eddie Nketiah could play me in here, tried and unfortunately failed. He's tried a couple of times to get me in. I'm at risk of being subbed out despite now being on a 6.8. I should be higher rated because of my technical assist, but the game hasn't given me it, so for the time being I am at risk of being taken off here. We are continually at risk of conceding more goals, and we have. Heung-min Son has 4, Spurs have 5. And Son, why is he so good on this game? Brennan Johnson trying to bundle his way through, does so, doesn't score somehow. Koleosho keeps some sort of counter alive, and then Josh Cullen gives it straight back to Tottenham. Griezmann, Habib Diarra, Antoine Griezmann, potentially for 6. Svilar saves, no 6th. This has been relentless from Tottenham Hotspur. They've not stopped all game. Waiting for the ball to find its way into the middle. We've actually won it back to break away with it, but time is up. Game is over. And we have very much now been properly welcomed to the Premier League. It's not going to all go our way. Spurs 5, Burnley 1. Battered. City finally get a win. They just beat Chelsea by 2-1. I keep myself in the starting lineup by getting the passing objective, although I think I had enough manager favour in hand. I could have afforded to... the same exact email you get every time you lose a game. We have enough manager favour in hands to have kept ourselves in the starting lineup, even if we hadn't gotten any of the objectives. I've got new purchases available. New player arrived. Oh, that'll be... Oh, Drea is telling me about. Actually, there's another new player arrived that we missed on deadline day that I didn't show you. That was well spotted by Adstar in our chat. Actually, the same Adstar that's on the ball behind me. We signed another goalkeeper. Another 78 rated goalkeeper as well, as it happens. Luis Junior joined the team. 6'4", as opposed to 6'2" from Svilar. And certainly a chunkier boy, 194 pounds compared to Svilar's 169. Until that last game, Svilar hadn't done anything wrong. And ultimately, I don't think he did anything wrong against Spurs either. They were just devastating in their attacking. But we might see Luis Junior make his Burnley debut here at home against West Ham in the Cup. Because after conceding 5, I would be very surprised if Svilar keeps his spot. In fact, it's 71 rated Etienne Green who gets the nod on this occasion. Neither of them get the chance to play. West Ham at home then in the Cup. Well, let's get back to action in a positive way, shall we? Any goal from distance. I've only scored 1 in my career, unlikely. But 2 shots on target is definitely doable. It wasn't against Spurs because, well, Spurs were that good. Would be surprised if we even had 2 shots on target all game. We had the goal and that was it as a team, let alone me personally. But we'll try and get some opportunities of our own in this game here against West Ham in the Cup. Jeez Louise, that is a strong challenge as I was trying to play the through ball to Eddie Nketiah. Irving was not waiting for anyone there. He went flying in and luckily for him was able to get a large chunk of the ball because if he got none of it, he might have been in very significant early trouble here of maybe getting himself sent off. Looking for the ball out wide and I've absolutely messed that pass up. Jose Gaia in the starting lineup for West Ham. James Ward-Prowse here in the midfield for them as well. Benson's won it back. And is Nketiah going to make me a run this time? Well, he made me a run last time. I just couldn't get it to him. Yes, he is. I'm going to make him a run. He's going to go for goal. And Nick Pope in goal for West Ham will make the save. Jared Bowen into Irving. Bowen again. West Ham build for the first time in the 10th minute. Cleared away. There was an advantage there. I presume that was in our favour. Dodgson gets it to me. Dodgson has got the nod at left back ever since Lucas Pires got himself sent off in pre-season. And continually. Let's have a shot on target here, please. Oh. I was trying to have the shot on target purely for my objective. It wasn't on target, but it couldn't have been much closer. Since Lucas Pires got himself sent off in pre-season, he hasn't found his way back into the starting lineup. Dodgson, the much lower rated Dodgson, has started every single game. Shoot, Eddie! Straight at Nick Pope. Chance of an assist after my chance of a goal. Abando. Certainly got better options on the bench, West Ham, than some of the players in their starting 11, but so far they've done okay. Those fringe players. Here's Joe Worrell. Short there to Cullen. And now Manuel Benson, who turns well. Finds Koleosho, Benson, and Eddie Nketiah. Nketiah could go for goal. Are we going to get a free kick there? I think we are. And I'm going to have the chance to get a shot on target and maybe a goal as well. I've hit the side netting with a free kick so far this season. Can I find the back of the net? No. No, I can't. Blocked by the wall. I'm not sure whether that will count as a shot on target if it was blocked by the wall. This might count as a shot on target, but I couldn't get there because Upamecano is 3 times the physical specimen that my guy is. Corner West Ham, 45th minute of the first half. Duranville to the edge to Upamecano. Andy Irving's shot is blocked. This is all West Ham have mustered so far in the game, offensively. Could go on a counter-attack here. If I can position myself well enough and Benson can find me, which he can't, we might have been in. We aren't in. It's going to be 0-0 at half-time here unless West Ham do something right bleeding now. Which they might do. They won't. Duranville must have been offside. 0-0 at the break. Are we headed or destined for penalties once more in the Carabao Cup? Koleosho. We get into this gap. There's not really much room for me, but now there is. And Eddie Nketiah is in. And I'll look for him behind, and I found him well. Eddie Nketiah is in and doesn't score. Good chance, though. Duranville into the middle. Oh, save from Etienne Green. The striker rose very well. Manuel Benson going off, and it's actually Hannibal coming on in his place out wide. West Ham corner. Ward-Prowse's deliveries are always going to be good. And Abando hits the post this time. Defender challenging with him. The first one, keeper saved. The second one, woodwork and wide. West Ham very nearly going 1-0 up. You're never going to get me there, Hannibal. It's just not going to work, is it, mate? Hannibal. Nketiah's going to come short and give him an option. He's got the ball back there to Egan Riley, who finds me. Now then, Eddie. Can you get yourself in a goal-scoring position? No. Can I? Yes. Me! Oh! Straight at Nick Pope. Needed to find the corner, but I just don't have the accuracy on my 3-star weak foot right now to do that. Don't have the finishing stat to lean on to make up for a poorer weak foot. I can't get to that either. Heavy touch by Irving. That actually works in his favour. Here's James Ward-Prowse. We are headed and destined still for penalties here at Turf Moor because their finishing is just as bad as mine. Ward-Prowse into the channel. It's Nicholas Fulkrug off the bench here for them, using that physical frame to hold the man up. No! Jared Bowen misses an open goal. In the 85th minute, they should have won it. Andy Irving off for Guido Rodriguez, but he could be coming on to help defend a 1-0 lead as it happens. Maybe he's coming on to take a penalty because we are destined for another Carabao Cup penalty shootout here. Unless, with some space there, I can find Eddie Nketiah. Oh, I'm battling hard, but it just won't fall for either side in front of goal at the minute. Jared Bowen well blocked. It will be penalties again here in the Carabao Cup for Burnley. It was 1-1 against Queen's Park Rangers. It's 0-0 against West Ham. And as we head into the penalty shootout, this time I'll be the third taker. So unless they miss all of their pens, which at the minute we might do, then I won't have the opportunity. Oh my God, they might do it. I won't have the opportunity to score the winning penalty. Oh my God. 3 pens. Nobody's scored yet. James Ward-Prowse, you trust. And he nearly missed it. Keeper nearly got there. I need to score this. I've gone top right and top left recently. Now I'm going to go straight down the middle. I've scored mine. Can Jared Bowen do that for his team? No. 6 pens. 4 saves. Buried by Hannibal. West Ham with the opportunity to level it up at 2-2 after 4 pens apiece. Exactly the same penalty as James Ward-Prowse. Josh Cullen to give us the advantage, which he does. West Ham now needs to score. And taking it for them is Mohamed Kudus, the substitute. And saved by 71 rated Etienne Green. A goalkeeping hero is made, and for the second time in 2 rounds, Burnley progress on pens. Chelsea 2, Cambridge 1. Sadness for me. +5 to my manager favour though, because I got the match rating at least. And we got the result in the end. Who we get in the next round, we'll wait and see. Who we have in the next round of the Premier League is a home game against the side that just beat my beloved Cambridge United. It's Chelsea that come to Turf Moor now. And this is probably going to be just as big a test as the one that we had against Spurs. Although whether they've got anyone that can play as well as Heung-min Son did on that day, I'm not sure. Eddie Nketiah starts this time. Much stronger 11 for us here. But Etienne Green keeps his starting spot after that penalty save. I don't know whether that's the right decision, boss, to be honest. I think Svilar should be in there, but never mind. Chelsea next. 2 shots on target, 5 complete passes, 7.5. That's been familiar for us recently with the 2 shots on target, but I actually haven't been able to get many shots on target yet in this Premier League season here at Burnley. Obviously was able to get the goal in the Carabao Cup, but that was from the spot, and if I don't hit the target from the spot, then I don't really deserve to be earning any sort of positive favour from that. But I haven't had many shots on target in my Premier League career thus far. And anything that has been on target has been very comfortably saved by whichever goalkeeper is in between me and the ball. Or me and the goal even. Just can't find the space here, so I'll give it to Eddie. Eddie could have a go. Oh, Eddie tried to give it back to me, and it's a brilliant interception from DSRC. We nearly had a chance to have a shot on target, but unfortunately, Chelsea have defended it very well. Be intrigued to see what their starting lineup is. A number of the big sides have been starting some weaker players against us. Georgi Petrovic in goal. 67 rated Josh Champong at right back. DSRC and 68 rated Jalen Neal. Renato Vega, 69 rated Alex Matos with 67 rated Keanu Dyer. Noni Madueke, John McGinn, Cole Palmer and Nicholas Jackson. That is not good enough, I don't think. I think Chelsea should be starting a much stronger lineup than that. Don't you agree? Madueke. Direct as ever, Noni Madueke. And going for goal, Noni Madueke. Well held by Etienne Green. That would have been one of the best goals we've conceded all save, let alone all season. Palmer to Dyer. Dyer to McGinn. McGinn's got a good strong left foot strike on him. And Green is called upon for a second time in this first half. But for a second time, he deals with it well. Madueke again. Noni could go for a similar sort of chance he had before. Or look to set up Nicholas Jackson, who sets up Cole Palmer, who sets up Nicholas Jackson. Joe Worrell in the way. I need to try and get to that, and I've done very well to do so, if I say so myself. Stayed on the ground, but able to avoid injury, thankfully. Palmer to Vega. Vega to McGinn. McGinn nicely round the corner. Here's Nicholas Jackson. Green keeping a clean sheet again. For now, in front of those travelling Chelsea fans, Cole Palmer will take the corner short. And Madueke finds Alex Matos. Only Madueke again. Alex Matos continually. Cole Palmer's out wide. Here he is. On that wand of a left foot. He's not going to look to get across him. And we've stood them up well there. We are holding our own against Chelsea so far. I have to be honest. Although we are relying on Etienne Green making a couple of good saves. If we're also being honest with ourselves. We haven't really threatened Petrovic yet. And that will be another Chelsea corner. Continually, they keep taking them short. Ball will eventually make its way into the middle, I'm sure. 73% possession in the last 15 minutes for Chelsea. And 3 of the most recent shots of the game as well. We've been second best here for sure. But Chelsea haven't quite had the quality to see us off to this point. It's a significantly better defensive performance than the one against Tottenham. And Eddie Nketiah is on his own here. I'm trying to get forward to help him, but DSRC has outmuscled him before I could even get anywhere near in terms of support. And Chelsea at the minute running the show at Turf Moor. They just haven't found the goal to give themselves the win that they certainly will feel like they deserve from their overall play. But if the goalkeeper makes decent saves and we stand as firm as possible defensively, then you have to say we are good value for a point, surely. Even if we haven't offered anything going the other way, if we're defensively solid, then we will earn that point that at the minute we are going to get. I'm at risk of being subbed out again, but as was the case in one of the previous games in the season, I can't really do much in the positive if we haven't got the ball for me to do it, can I? Noni Madueke in the box. Noni Madueke dangerous. Noni Madueke misses the target and should have given Chelsea a 1-0 lead. Ball to Nico Williams. Their £111 million man. That's Cole Palmer. Probably worth a similar fee himself if Chelsea were to sell him, if not more so. Nico Williams and Cole Palmer again. Into stoppage time though. Chelsea have been by far the best and most creative attacking side in the game. But the goal just hasn't come. Etienne Green has put in a fantastic performance. I questioned his selection on the way into the game, and he has shut me right up, hasn't he? We hold Chelsea to a scoreless draw at Turf Moor, and the unbeaten run in the Premier League begins once more. It's only one game, not 3 or 4, as it previously was, but progression in the Cup, back to avoiding defeat in the Premier League, and if we can do that more often than not, then we will keep this club in the division. As a result of not getting all of the objectives in that game, I have been dropped. There is a gap of 6 days until we face fellow promoted side Norwich. Eddie Nketiah has bruised his shoulder and is out for 5 days. I might not be in the starting lineup for the next game because I'm a little bit lower in that list than I might like to be. Although, as I go to training here, how far is that going to drop? Oh, by the skin of my little teeth. We are in the starting lineup for the game against Norwich. It was Leeds that won the league last year. Norwich must have won the playoffs. Eddie Nketiah is back and available again. But it will be Huntonji that starts against Norwich at the beginning of the next episode. We're 7th, they're 13th. Where are Leeds? 17th, but Man United are 16th, so certainly you expect more from them. We'll wait and see if we can keep the run going. But only 1 game lost in our opening 5 Premier League games is a great start to the season. Only 3 goals scored, though, is certainly going to be a sticking point this year. But pleased enough with the start, although obviously rather disappointed with the 5-1 trouncing of Tottenham Hotspur. Do drop the video a like if you're enjoying the save. Make sure you subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on more. I will see you tomorrow.